because this is a knockoff version of the Masterpiece Rumble and Ravage, which for some reason it's called Rumble and Jaguar, which is weird. So it's a tiny little box, it even feels empty, so hopefully they're in there. So you would have seen my previous video on Soundwave, he actually came with Laserbeak, I think it was. But yeah, you would need to have Rumble as well. He featured in the cartoon heavily with Soundwave, so I thought it'd be nice one day if I ever do a diorama or a display. So hopefully it's around the same quality. I mean, they're cassettes, so they're tiny, but they're supposed to have a little bit more posability than the originals. Here they are on the back. Now, Rumble in the cartoon was blue.
Rumble, activate pile drivers.
And in the Generation 1 toys, he was red. And for me, it was always Rumble Red, RR. So that's how I always thought of him. So for me, Rumble's always been red. Here we hear. And he also fits in the Masterworks knockoff Soundwave as well. One version of the Soundwave actually came with all the cassette tapes that were originally available, one of the KO series. I can't remember which one it was, but there was that option as well, which was nice. So yeah, packaging's really, really nice. You wouldn't know the difference. But let's go ahead and open it and have a squeeze. I originally had I've also shown it in my previous Soundwave video too. I had the original Ravage and Soundwave too, but I sold them back in 2016. Let's have a look. There's still plenty of these available too, if you're not too fussed about a KO. Oh, okay. Wow, we have some tiny little accessories. Rumble's handguns, two-tone, which is nice. These are the caps. I guess they sit on his back and plug in there somehow. We'll have a look in a sec. Nicely sealed. And for KOs, they're very well presented. We've got the instruction manual. And we have a collector's card. I'll open those up as well. They come with their own Energon cube cases or cassette cases. Very well done, no damage. I guess I've gotten older and grown up now, but the cassettes look tiny. Anyway, let's have a squeeze. Pop those out. Everything's individually bagged, which is nice. That's quality. Yeah, he looks really nicely detailed. Again, he does look smaller than I remember, but we'll check him out. Rumble's piston hammers, which he used to make earthquakes. They might be extendable as well. We'll have a look at that in a sec. Now, of course, the only thing missing is they don't have the heat sensitive sticker where you used to rub them and it will show you if it was an Autobot or a Decepticon. That was always a cool little feature. I don't see any inkling of a Decepticon logo at all, which is not a big deal. Okay, let's just go ahead and open the manual first. What have we got here? A little bit squishy, but we'll survive. This is the, oops. Here we have the collector's card. Not sure whether they're allowed to use his real name, but not Ravage's. That's very strange. Got their power modes. It's Japanese for Jaguar, and I bought it. Got a 10 on the power scale there, look at that. Cool. Put that aside. High quality print on nice paper as well. These knockoffs are getting so good. If you saw my Wolverine figure review, quality on that's almost as good as the original. So yeah, this is the arms holder, as we can see there. We've got his, it says machine guns, but I prefer them to be laser guns, to be honest. We have the instructions, and then we have it, yeah, so they do fit in Soundwave obviously, and the guns can fit in Soundwave's feet, just like Laserbeaks do. It's a nice option. I'm guessing it's supposed to look like a battery pack for the cassette player, it's supposed to be. And they also fit on Soundwave's arms. That's interesting. And we also have a slot for the guns. That's kind of handy too. So let's transform them. They shouldn't be too hard, fingers crossed. And yeah, we'll get to it. We'll start with Rumble. Now they're going to be a bit fiddly. But the paint, no real blemishes to speak of. Very nicely done. Oh, there we go. We've got the Decepticon symbol there, if you can see that. Nice. The chrome's well applied as well. Alright, so let's see if we can get him going. Okay, and there's his robot mode. A tiny little fella.
Really? Hey, what's going on?
The detail's really nice. The transformation was good. There wasn't much stress on the joints, which is a little bit worrisome. But he's actually quite poseable, believe it or not. Some good detail on his feet. And his little mittens. His head's really well done too. The paint application's really, really nice. Let's just see how his accessories pop on. I'll lower the camera in a sec. Just see how he stands. I like to do the towel test. If you can stand on a towel, he's doing very well. He's so tiny. Anyway. Oops. He had a hard night. These we've got to open. You've got to be really careful you don't lose these. Okay, so we've got the cap. We've got his guns. Again, really nicely detailed. $40. It's a nice little fella, just even to sit on the desk. Terrible eyes, so it's kind of difficult. But yeah, fit in his hands, no worries. Chrome is really well done. I'm impressed by that most. Even the decals for the size he is. It's very poseable. Very good. Alrighty, what else does he do? a tight fit into his hands, which I guess you'd like. They also fit into his back evidently. Let's just check out these. These pneumatic hammers. This is interesting. I guess we close these. Put them in like that. And it's supposed to mimic a battery. Now these do fit. But there's no way in hell you can stand up straight with those on there. That's herniated disc territory. Ask me how I know. Again, it's an option if you like. Oh, my mistake. These actually bend out. So if we have a look here, these actually rotate outwards. They have a larger peg, which would mean they do fit on the back here. My mistake. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I guess that's how you'd usually display them, I guess. I dig that. That's cool. Just remove those. You do have to be careful. With the larger peg, they do slide down and then secure if you have the larger peg. So the smaller one is for his hands, larger peg for everything else. You can see there's a little slot in there. This one goes in there, like such. This is really nifty. They've really thought about it. So you close these. Pop these in. And there you have it. You're not losing your parts. I really like that. That's clever thinking. Very well done. And then stick him on the back. And with the legs, you probably have to spin them out a little bit just for it to hold properly. But no, that's very well thought out. Very clever. It helps when you read the instructions, evidently. And again, if you remove all that, and you've got him in Soundwave's chest, and then this bit clips onto Soundwave's arm, as shown. So that's Rumble. We'll transform in a minute after we take some photos. The only real concern there is the strength of the legs. You can see here, the joint is tiny. No, it's alright for the little man. Oh, there's one thing we've missed, is how does he use these as arms? Just got some action shots. Skill ranking. The other skill ranking in English. Appreciate that. So his hammer arms. Reasonably simple by the look of it. Disassemble all this. Remove the guns. Yeah, they're not machine guns, they're laser guns. That's a weird print. Regardless, I'm just being picky. Now, we need to push his hands in as such. The They don't really click in, but they do stand there, and then these evidently extend. And then he does his little, oops, tectonic waves or whatever the hell he did.
Activate pile drivers. Operation Tidal Wave.
Look there. Nice, okay. I'll get some photos of him actually doing that in a sec. Now let's move on to Ravage. Is Ravage. Now by the look of it, something that used to be on the Generation toys is the rockets would actually have to clip onto the sides separately. But as I noted, the same with the Laserbeak on Soundwave, it's actually incorporated into the transformation, which is pretty sweet. Okay, and there we have him. He's a little bit finicky. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get him back into the tape. I was just kind of wiggling stuff around. I have to pay attention to reverse it though, but there's Ravage.
Ravage. Enter Teltran 1. Acquire knowledge of Earth's resources.
He's got a tiny little Decepticon logo right there on his shoulder. You can make that out. His rockets, which are part of the transformation. His tail, which is slightly offset. But I mean, he's generally poseable. His legs move. You can splay his hips for a better stance if you need to. Everything moves. It's almost dainty, you would say. But very well done considering. And obviously he's going to stand well being a four-legged creature. So there they go. $40, completely worth it. So let's do, we'll just do a couple of pictures of him and that'll be that.